but I'm not really physically tired, you know, and I think I could keep going if we had to, but I'm sort of looking forward to stopping and just writing new songs and moving on, you know, from this body of songs, and try out new stuff. Well, that's the great thing about tours, that it's like almost every day something weird or funny happens. Or a couple of days ago, we played in Liverpool, and the master volume on all my equipment was like freaking out and shooting down to 0. So like my sound kept just completely stopping in the middle of the song, and which was really frustrating. So like I was like in the middle of the song, I stormed into the dressing room, and there was this guy named his name's Babe Rainbow, and he had opened for us, and I just grabbed, was like, you gotta come on stage with me right now and just sit next to my volume, and every time it pops down, you gotta turn it back up. And he like literally sat in front of my amplifier for the rest of the show, like just like every time like the volume went down, he would turn it back up. His ears must have been like totally shot. And then we went off and we came back to the encore. I was like, come on, we gotta go do the encore now. You know, Europe's great. Europe's the shit. And I think for some reason, the United States, everybody wants to start a band and be in a band. And they'll watch other bands too, but I always have a feeling people are more interested in like thinking about how they're going to do it themselves. So when you see another band star, it's like, yeah, and then like in the back of everybody's mind, it's like, oh, I could do that, you know, or something. Whereas I don't know, I mean, people start bands here too, I guess, but I feel it's more about people going to shows and appreciating the music. You know, this is, you know, it's a little different. Like people here think about just appreciating music. In the States, I think people think about making music. it kind of had to happen. I think like it wasn't working anymore, and like his idea on this new record we made was he had tried just singing on every song, like lead singing, like straight up, not effective, and because he didn't really have any ideas about the instrumentation, so we, you know, and it just wasn't working. I don't mean that as an insult to him. So he kind of knew that, and he just didn't have anything to do. And he's like, I'm just gonna put what he wanted and stuff. We kind of reformulated the songs. We just took the stuff that the three of us had for ourselves, and we just reformulated the songs. And there were a couple of songs that were still very structured. We were thinking about having singing on, so we kept those as singing songs, but we just brought in some guest singers. And then, so that's how the album got made. Yeah, I think it's always going to be rhythm heavy, and like, yeah. And you know, there are different ways to think of rhythm. You can think of it as a groove. I think our new album is pretty groove heavy, and then you can think of it as more of a series of, you know, stops and starts and interruptions and ruptures, and that sort of gets more than, I think that's sort of more the math rock thing. I don't really think we're a math rock band, but I mean, people say it, and ultimately I don't really care for math rock. Yeah, I don't know. When I was a little kid in school, I remember I would always just sit on the desk. Like I'm always thinking, can I film it? I'm not even a drummer.